We were looking at the ways in which flooding impacts people's access to education.
In this conference, we have chosen to talk about droughts in Zimbabwe.
So our solution is to propose and market a business model for tourism agencies to integrate cleanup operations into their tour packages.
So the topic of the conference this year was proposals to limit the impact of climate change on vulnerable populations and territories. We've got more than 90 students who chose to come here for 3 days.
Climate change touches almost every aspect of the life of people, and we believe it's one of the most urgent crises that needs to be addressed. So it's really a brainstorming session to compare what is done elsewhere, possibly better than what we would come up with.
The first prize goes to Monk for Climate Aid and for GRASP and the pair proposal in memory of Henrik Anderlein.
We brought forward the solution where education, when flooding, can no longer be held within physical classrooms. We switched to boat classrooms, whereby teachers move onto boats and the boats can move through the river systems and access the children and bring them on board to ensure that they're still getting the education that they need. Lots of different solutions that are being tried, really innovative apps, technologies, and both. It's a low-cost, low-technology solution that can be applied across the world.
I work on a project called PAIR.
Did you know that almost 50% of Indonesian people still extract underground water instead of utilizing the government's pipe water service?
2 years ago, when I went to North Jakarta, I saw that these people in several villages living nearby a very dirty body of water. So that's why I want to give them another resource of water. Instead of using the government's pipe water service only, they can also use another water resource, which is rainwater harvesting. So we get the water from rainwater and we filter it and we give it to them. Yeah, so I'm really happy that I can bring up the Southeast Asian problem and give more awareness to the people here.
I have to say that, climate change hasn't been mainstreamed yet in Japan. This was a good chance for them to be more aware of how global it is and how different countries, how different localities are handling this issue.
One of the comments that I actually had about GPPN as a network is that you never expect which country a student is coming from. And so that speaks volumes about how diverse this community actually is. And that's very important in terms of approaching climate solutions.
We actually have to have more sustainable, better coordinated food systems in the world, and that a lot of that involves candidly working very close with people in the developing world.
I think we really wanted to focus on Peru because we just really love our country so much. We see the lack of human resources and maybe prepared people and good, efficient policies.
There's just a lot of sensitivity among these students about the need to have localized solutions. As policy schools, we can teach students tools and frameworks to think about things, but they're not always going to get that intuition that they have to actually reconcile those things with what's going on the ground in places. And the sensitivity of students to that, to me, was very, not only remarkable, but remarkably encouraging.
People from other countries, everybody together in a university like Sciences Po with such a history in public policies. And
we believe that most of you and all of you did an excellent job, and I must say that I was very impressed by everything that you did.
Sciences Po.